Hey guys, it's Michael from Plan Academy. And in this video, I want to talk about onboarding new Primavera P6 schedulers to your team. So that's right, I'm talking to you managers or team leaders, you guys who do the hiring and the heavy lifting of managing project controls teams or teams of schedulers. So why am I talking about this? Well, a client was asking me about how onboarding should work for Primavera P6 schedulers, specifically to them. They were doing a lot of onboarding, had some questions around it. So I did some thinking and came up with some tips. So here you have it, some of my best tips to help you onboard Primavera P6 schedulers to your team. So in my experience and the experience from talking to my clients, when companies are onboarding P6 schedulers, they are always in a rush. And this is a problem, right? Projects are always got a deadline. We're always trying to ramp up and get productive quick. And sometimes if you're not thinking about the long game and you're just trying to put a scheduler butt in a seat, you may be setting yourself up for failure. You may be setting yourself up for longer term problems. So here are some thoughts around thinking about the long game as you onboard your schedulers. Okay, so let's think about onboarding in terms of 3 different sections. The first 30 days, second 30 days, and the last 30 days. Let's say it takes 3 sets of 30 days to really get someone up and running. Let's start with the first 30 days. Okay, number 1, you really need to sit down with your planner, your scheduler, and set some expectations for what they should know how to do within your organization by the end of those first 30 days. So set some goals, set some training goals. I know that all sorts of companies have mandated training, safety training to get through, HR training. You want to make sure you get those things out of the way first. Get all that administrivia lined up. Now let's talk about Primavera P6 training as well. I really recommend in the first 30 days, this is a great opportunity to put your people through a Primavera P6 training course. Wait a minute, Michael. I just hired a P6 scheduler. Why would I train them? Well, I have some really good thoughts on that. And again, these are borrowed from my clients and how my clients are onboarding P6 schedulers. Here's a couple reasons you might consider training them. Number 1, level set your team. What do I mean by that? I mean, many companies are now setting out standardized training that all schedulers or P6 schedulers need to go through to be able to work within their environment. For example, one of our clients, Kiewit, is having their new schedulers go through Primavera P6 Foundations, that's Plan Academy's course, as a precursor to going through Kiewit's own internal university type P6 training where they teach them how to do scheduling within Kiewit's own standards. Another client of ours, Count & Cooper, which is a big consultancy in Europe, are enforcing their project coordinators to complete our P6 training before they can be promoted to the project manager role. So using training can be a way to kind of get everybody on the same level setting the skills of your team. Validate your new hires' skills. Did you have an opportunity to actually test them with their P6 skills during the interview? My guess is no. You may absolutely have asked them some questions and tested their knowledge, but did you actually have the opportunity to put them in front of a P6 and ask them to complete some sort of a test? Probably not. But that's what we do in our training. We validate people's skills in our training because we give our students homework and we test them with quizzes, and we actually get that back. We mark that homework and we validate that they are able to accomplish the things that the assignments that we put in front of them. So Plan Academy can validate their skills for you by putting them through, say, Primavera P6 Foundations course. Number 3 is talking about your commitment to the hire, right? Good planners are hard to come by. Good people are hard to come by right now. There is a known shortage. You've made some investment in bringing that person on, and you want to keep them here for the long term. And if you demonstrate your commitment to them by putting them through some training, investing in them, Training that actually the P6 course training you get the certificate for, that lasts their entire career. Like they will have that certificate for the entire career. So by investing in your people up front in the first 30 days, you're definitely going to benefit. You're going to have employees who are more confident. You're going to get some employee loyalty out of that, some goodwill, and as well as you're going to position yourself as an employer that takes care of their employees. Okay, let's talk about the second 30 days, month 2 of their new employment. Mentorship, that's what I want to talk about. Designate a mentor for your new hire. Now, a lot of big companies have mentorship programs. You maybe as a leader, maybe just do it out of the goodwill of being a good leader. You spend time with your employee. But what about like formalizing that and saying, you know, I'm going to be your mentor here, and really committing to spending a certain amount of time every week or every month with that employee to get them up to speed. I know that in scheduling, there is a lot of hidden knowledge in this industry. There's a lot of things that people were handed down from more seasoned schedulers, handed it down to them when they were junior. There's a lot of practices and good ways of doing things that are handed down through this kind of mentorship situation. So mentor or designate a more senior person to mentor your P6 scheduler. Let's try to tease out some of that hidden knowledge, the best practices, the best ways to do things, the ways to get out of these trouble spots that only these seasoned professionals know. Hand that knowledge down to your new employees. Number 2, review past projects. Absolutely. Sit your scheduler down in front of some past projects and let them study how it was built. Now, don't just give them the great projects. Give them the most challenging projects you had, the ones that maybe went left. Those are the ones that you can really learn from. Make sure you spend some time walking them through, maybe set up some interviews with other people that were on their projects so that they can understand not just P6, but so that they can understand how construction management happens, how engineering happens, how projects get managed completely. Let's talk about the final 30 days of the onboarding process. This is really where you're going to get them onto the job, right? Let's get them productive. Let's get them working on a project, working on a scheduler. Now, don't just leave them and say, see you later. Keep supporting them. Designate some time, give them support. You know, at Plan Academy, for anybody that's gone through our training, we continue to give access to the training even after they have their certificate so they can go back and review and remember stuff. And we have support forums where we have experts that can answer people's questions as they're working on the job so that they can be successful in the hard parts, which is actually out in the field on the job doing the scheduling. Make sure you continue to support that person so that they get ramped up on that schedule really well. So those are my thoughts, but I want to know what your thoughts are. How do you guys onboard? What are things that you do in your onboarding to help schedulers be successful? What am I not thinking about, or maybe I didn't cover here? Leave me a comment under the video. Let me know, and let's see what ideas you have. I'd love to hear them. All right, I'll see you in another video soon. Michael out.